watching our podcast, Real Estate Insider, Where America Goes for Funding. Call or text Angelo Christian 832-431-6331. Your direct nationwide commercial residential lender. Appreciate all of you guys watching the show and the channel. Again, reach out to us if you have any questions, 832-431-6331. We specialize in all different programs from FHA, non-QM, hard money, conventional, ground up construction, lines of credit. We do all different types of financing packages, multifamily, assisted livings, first time buyer, veteran. So we're here as your nationwide lending source, your hub for finance. So appreciate all of you guys tuning in. And this is our live that we do every single week. We also have a lot of videos that we have, 3 videos a week that we publish. We have over, I think, 1,600 videos on our YouTube channel. Almost 70,000 subscribers on YouTube, almost 100,000 on Instagram. So we've been working at it really hard for the last 7 years on our social media to help to educate, empower, get the word out there about who we are, what we do. So a lot of people come to us, to help to get their loan funded, to get it figured out, to make it happen. Lending is very difficult. It's very challenging. A lot of lenders are very strict, and a lot of customers get denied for their loan because the deal is not structured properly, or there's bad communication with the lender and the customer. So we're here to help you guys to figure it out. We're not perfect by any means, and we don't advertise to be perfect. We advertise that we care and that we try everything that we can to figure it out. And sometimes some cases are harder than others, but we're going to do what we can, to get it done. And that's really the bottom line with our company. Um, so obviously, we can't help everybody, but we try everything that we can. Hey, Brian, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? So, we're going to do everything that in our power to help you to figure it out. So I'm going to be talking about some stuff tonight. You guys got any questions, feel free to hit us up. Whatever, what's on your mind, let us know. We want to be here to help you to figure it out, get those questions answered so you can know what you're doing and what's going on. So things I want to talk about tonight that I want to kind of go over is we have a new program, a no documentation line of credit that you can use on your property. So it's one of the new products that's come out so far for this year. Also, our jumbo no doc loan for self-employed. If you're self-employed, we have a new no doc loan program. We also have a new program for veterans. If you're a veteran and you want to build your house, we have a construction, a one-time closed construction loan. You can build your home up to 1.5 mil with 100% finance. It's legit program, awesome with zero down. And then we also have another product you can get up to $50,000 for down payment assistance and closing costs for our FHA homebuyer program. You do not have to be a first-time buyer for this FHA program. So it's a really, really cool product. So those are the things I want to discuss tonight. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask us any questions that you want. We want to make sure we get your questions answered so you know what's going on and you know what to do. So for the jumbo, the self-employed no doc loan, we have a few different products. We can actually go up to a $10 million loan if you're trying to buy your primary residence, second home, investment property, and with no documentation. With no documentation, what that means is no tax returns, no W-2s, and no pay stubs. Normally, when you get a loan to buy a house, you have to disclose all of this information. So with this product, you don't have to disclose any of that. All you need is your bank statement or a financial statement or a 1099, or you could do no documentation, no income check at all, any of those 4 options. Now, depending on the product, depending on your credit, depending on the property, will determine how much you have to invest into the deal. The loan amount is up to 10 million, but the equity investment from your side can start anywhere from 10% all the way up to 40%, depending on the situation. But it can be done, and it's offered nationwide. So, if you're trying to buy your dream home, and maybe your bank can't do it because you don't have taxes, you don't have pay stubs, you don't have this, you don't have that, we can do that product, guys, down to a 600 credit score. So if you got the money, you're doing good with your business, and you want it to, bankroll, and you want to do a deal, that's a hot product. If you're self-employed, you have to be self-employed. You have to be self-employed for at least 2 years. We also have a new program too, if you're self-employed for at least 1 year. So if you just became self-employed a year ago and you were doing something else before, We have a 1 year self-employed program. Now with that program, it does require you have a 720 or higher credit score. So 1 year self-employed, and so find kind of an example how that works is you have to be in the same industry. So meaning that let's say that you worked at a restaurant, okay, and you did that for 5 years, you're a manager or whatever, and then you open up your own restaurant, you had that restaurant for a year, that would be acceptable for a 1 year self-employed. But let's say that you were in pharmaceuticals for 5 years and then you open up your own restaurant. See, that's not going to work because you're not in the same line of work. So this is really, really important that you have to be in the 1 year self-employed program. You have to be in the same industry, okay? And the 1 year program requires a 720 score, so big difference. So that's the opportunity, guys. It's a cool product because you just have to use either your 1099. They take the gross income on your 1099 statement to qualify. You don't need W-2s, you don't need pay stubs, you don't need taxes. All right. So that's a hot product. Or if you don't have a 1099, you use bank statements. They take the deposits that come into your bank account to qualify you, and they go off of the gross amount. They'll give you a percentage depending on the line of work that you're in, how big your office is, stuff like that. They can go up to 100%, but there's something called an expense ratio that will determine the amount that they'll give you credit for your deposit. So, like for example, if you're depositing 10,000 a month into the account, if you're just a one-man show, they might give you 100% for that 10,000. But if you got 30 employees, maybe they'll give you 80% because you got a lot more expenses, right? So it depends on the deal. Now, hey, Sky, could you buy land and have a land to build your house? Yes. Thank you, Sky, for that's a good question. So we have a one-time close construction loan. We talk about that a lot on our channel and our video, where you can buy the land and then you can get the financing for the construction, all rolled into one loan. So it's called a one-time close construction. So it locks in the rate today on a 30-year fixed, and if rates improve in the future while you're building, you get the lower rate. It's called a float down policy. So let's say that you lock up 7% today, and your house isn't ready for a year, and rates go to 5%. You can opt for that 5% rate, but it includes the land purchase, the construction loan, and the final loan all bundled together into one loan. It's called a one-time close construction loan, and it's a really, really cool product. So we can do that for FHA, conventional, jumbo. You can do it for VA. VA, like that's a new product that we came out with. Veterans can do it up to $1.5 million with no money down, 100%. Well, you're welcome, Oskai. Thank you for asking the question. So, and if you guys have any other questions, let us know. We want to be able to get that information out to you, get it answered, so that way you're aware, you know what's going on. But that's a great program. If you want to buy land, a lot of people, the issue today with a lot of people is that they can't find a house or the houses are too expensive. So a lot of people are doing, barn dominium, tiny home, manufactured home, small house, whatever, because it's more affordable. And that's a great idea because you can buy your land and kind of control your own destiny and put, outbuildings or shops or whatever you want on your property. It's based on whatever you want to do. But the one-time close construction is a great product, because you don't have to do just a land loan. You don't have to just do a construction loan. You can bundle all into one and get a one-time close construction. And that's a very powerful product, you know. So, and you can do it on a 30-year fixed. And the cool thing I like about it is that you're protected with the interest rate because you can get the rate today to lock in, but if rates go down, then you get the lower rate. But if rates go up, you keep the rate you locked in today. Oh, okay, cool. That's great. Yeah, reach out to us if you have any questions, or our team. We have a whole team here that will help you. It's just a process to get it done. So you'll go through a process, and you just gotta, you know, just follow our lead. Get the paperwork in that we request. You know, we'll get everything over to you. Whatever, if we send you out a checklist, you get us that checklist of information in, and then you follow that. We tell you what to do, show you the way, and then get it done. It's just like any other procedural thing, right? So you follow the procedure, and then boom, you get it done. So it's the thing is that it does take time. The construction loan is a little bit longer. It's not as fast. We have like all different types of construction loans: USDA, FHA, VA, depending on one that you want to do. Most of them take about 2 months to get done on average. Sometimes they can take 50 days. Hey, Brian, I have no luck. I'm in escrow with you guys as lender for the closing of May. My IRS told me today that my identity was stolen. Can I lock my credit? Um, well, that was going. I was a little fast and kind of went up and then it kind of went away. We're gonna have to figure out, understand what's going on with your file, and then we can have a call because it depends on what. Are you saying that you can't get your tax transcripts? You're trying to get your transcripts from the IRS. Is that what you're saying? It wasn't clear to me what you're. And then we need to talk about it to figure out what. Let me do this. If your loan's in processing with us, let me look it up, and then we can see who's working on it, and then have a meeting to discuss it. I'll tell the processor to reach out to you so we can go over it because it depends on what's going on. Um, as far as solving it. Um, once we understand what's happening, then we can come up with a plan to figure out to get it solved. So just hang in there. We'll reach out to you, and then we can go over it. I'll put a note to. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, thank you, Brian. I'll put a note in there. Let's. There's always issues with the IRS and getting paperwork in and stuff. So I don't know what exactly the deal is with you specifically, but we can look into it to figure it out. There's ways to get around it. Um, so I'll put a note in there so we can discuss it, and I'll have the team reach out to you. Yeah, I mean, communication is very important, obviously, when you're dealing with people. The one thing I will say is, um, sometimes we get, just like anyone else in life, you get extremely busy. Sometimes we do resort to texting a lot or emailing if we get backed up, but we try to call as soon as we can. If what the issue is that, I'm one person, you're one person. But when 100 people come in, then it's hard to manage all that in one day. So sometimes we'll send a text or an email just to respond if we get too backed up, but we always try to do our best to communicate and get back to you as soon as we can. Because, communication, it doesn't matter if it's business, relationships, whatever, is important. And, we care a lot and we want to make sure that you know that. It's just sometimes it's a bandwidth thing. If you got 6 people calling you at the same time, you got to kind of scramble around to figure out what you're going to do. And sometimes texting is just a little bit more efficient. So I hope you guys understand that. But like I said, the thing that the on the construction loan, that's how that works. I hope I answered the question on that. And then the no documentation, if you're self-employed, that's a great product. If you know anyone that's self-employed that's struggling to get a loan. The other product that is really, really cool that I like is we have a no documentation, a line of credit. So a lot of people have equity in their home right now, but they don't want to refinance or do a cash out because they don't want to pay a higher rate. Some people got their loan 5 years ago or 3 years ago when the rates were 2 or 3%. So obviously those rates are not here anymore, right? Those rates are gone. So a lot of people, they don't want to refinance because rates are higher now. So you can get a line of credit and go a second position, a piggyback loan, on your primary residence, on a rental property, a secondary home, or whatever. And you don't need tax returns. You don't need W-2s. You can use your bank statement to get that line of credit. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a house that's worth $1 million, okay, and you owe 200,000, right? So you have $800,000 of equity to play with. So if you want to cash that out, you can cash out that equity, but you don't have to pay a lump sum. So if you want to take out 500,000 and you don't want to pay interest right now, you can get a line of credit. So the line of credit, you only pay interest as you go. So let's say you get a $500,000 line of credit and you just want that, loaded gun there ready to go, you can have that line of credit ready. All right. because on a line of credit, you're only paying interest when you draw from it. So if you're not drawing from it, you're not paying interest. But if you take out, like, take 10,000 for example, and you'll pay interest on that 10,000. So it's a really, really cool program, and you can use it on your primary residence. You can use it in a secondary home. You can use it on investment property, and you can get up to a $500,000 line of credit. And you don't need taxes. Every bank out there either requires taxes or W-2s or pay stubs, and you don't need that here. You can just use your bank statement to get that line of credit. So it's a very, very strong product to be able to help you guys. So, in the same principle, they use the deposits, the cash flow, to qualify you for the loan. So if you're depositing again 10,000 a month into the account, they're going to use that for the basis of the qualification. And these are, 15, 20, 30-year loan programs. It's not hard money. And you can use it on your principal residence, a secondary home, or investment property. So it's a great product. So, but we have that program available for you, and we can offer that nationwide. Now that program requires at least a 700 credit score. You have to have a minimum of a 700 credit score for the line of credit, and you can do it on a first lien too. If you don't have a mortgage, you could do a first lien HELOC as well. So let's say your property is free and clear, and you don't want to cash out because you start paying interest right away, and you don't want to do that. You just want to have a line of credit ready. You can use a first lien HELOC. So instead of having no mortgage, you just get a line of credit. So if you want to pull out 50 grand, you can pull out 50 grand. You don't want to pull out anything, then you don't pay any interest. But it's a great program, and most lenders don't offer it. So we're happy to have these niche products to be able to help you guys out. So that's our whole thing, is trying to figure out how to help you to get it done. Hey, Matt. Uh, Matt, I have a friend that has a 600 credit score. She can do a lot. She could buy a house. She wants to buy a house. I don't know, what does she want to do? I guess that's the question. Does she own a house? Is she trying to pull cash out? Is she trying to buy a house? I mean, what is her goal? What's she trying to do? Let's figure that out. And then um, but 600 is still workable. Depends on what you're trying to do. Some programs require a lot higher credit score. Some don't. I mean, technically, oh yeah, we can do that absolutely. FHA, VA, USDA, no doc loan. So FHA and VA we go down to a 500 credit score, and USDA down to a 550. So there's a lot of options. So yeah, you don't want to let your credit score, judge you and determine what you can do, what you can't do. Obviously credit's important, but it's not the whole story. And obviously, it is important you have a good credit score. I'm not saying it's not, but the whole thing is that we have products to help you to figure out how to get it done. 600, we can do that all day. It just depends on the overall situation. So, but yeah, I appreciate all of you guys reaching out, watching the channel. It means a lot to us. We love helping customers. We love getting it done. So we have our YouTube, our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok. Please reach out if you have any questions, comments, whatever we can do to help you. Don't be a stranger. Call or text my office. Yeah, please enable notifications. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, like the bell, share this with as many people as you can. It means a lot to us to get you guys the knowledge, the education, the empowerment, whatever we can do. If you have questions or comments, call or text our office. Remember, we lend nationwide, commercial, residential, private lender. Reach out to us, call, text 832-431-6331 if you have questions, or email. You can email us too, or go to the website officialangelochristian.com. Anything that we can do to help you, we appreciate all of your support. Please, share this with other people that need help. They have questions, whatever you need something, reach out to us about loan scenario. You need help with funding. Don't be a stranger. We want to be able to help you to figure it out to get it done. If you have questions, you need help with financing, you need help with a credit booster and a loan. We do a lot of credit boosting for our clients too. So touch base with us, give us a call, text. 832-431-6331. We'll be back again next week. So appreciate all of you guys watching the show and the channel. I'll see y'all next Thursday, same time. So y'all take care, stay strong, love your family. We'll see y'all next week. Take care.